Doing okay? Okay, remember, what are we doing? Okay, so just to remind you that, okay, sorry, Friday, grades by midnight, right? 11:59. That's close enough, and then midnight is possible. Okay, goes in the grade report. Hey, Aaliyah, what's up with you? So, grade report next week. Report, but don't worry, it's not your final grade. It's just a grade report. So Monday the 20, 23rd. Yep, 23rd is a teacher um, teacher grade day, right? Grade day. Okay, so which is kind of weird because I'm going to have to give you something to do that's fun on Monday that you can watch a video of. You know what you can do for me next week is that you can tell me that you watched a Bill Nye video or something of your choice. Maybe I can do that, and then I can put you in the offline tracker. But um, if you can't find something, I'm glad you're good. Three languages at once. Dark Side Song. Okay, what? I don't understand. I'm not trying to keep up with you, Lee. I don't understand. All right, so grade report. So a grade. So that's going to be asynchronous. I'll try to find something fun for you to watch async day on Monday. So okay, it's Japanese. I will scream if it's Japanese. I'll scream. Okay. So are you learning Japanese, Hayden? Oh, you guys. It's Japanese, Spanish, and French. Oh, okay. So, okay, let's hear the scream. Let's hear the scream. All right. So here you guys go. I'm going to open this up for you guys. Let's get going on this. I got to try to get you guys your grades up. Your bonus points are due on Friday. All right. So if you can do that, there's the word wall assignment here. Let's do this together. These are some things that I noticed that some people are doing stuff here. So trying to get their bonus points in. I appreciate that. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Great job. Let's start with non-metals, metals, and okay. So here we go. So metals. Okay, remember metals conduct electricity. Yeah. Conduct electricity, and their luster or the shine. It's shiny. Luster can be it's bright or dull or something like that. Now, you remember that nonmetals are poor conductors of heat, okay, which makes them insulators, okay, and less conductivity than is a metalloid. So if he says that has some so remember metalloids are trying to um, act like a metal. They're trying to be like a metal, but they don't always have the same abilities that metals do. So that's why we get semiconductors in metalloids. They kind of do electricity, but they also don't and then we make computers out of it. Who would have known? All right, so brittle or soft, metals are not brittle or soft is not um, a non-metal because non-metals are not metals, so they don't act like metals. Poor conductors of electricity, that's a non-metal, right? Because it said less conductor. Malleable, you can flatten it into aluminum foil. That's what metal does. Aluminum foil is a metal. Less conductor of heat. Yeah, so that's a metalloid, right? More brittle than metals. Yeah, that's a metalloid. And dull or not shiny, that's, because metalloids can be shiny. Conducts heat. Okay, that is a metal. And in between shiny and dull. In between shiny and dull. And let's see how we did. Did you guys do it? Anybody got all 12 right? Aha, good for you. Good for you. Okay. All right, so let's go over to this assignment here. No, this assignment here. I will give you this link because what I want to do is I want to give you guys time to get your assignments done so that by Friday your grade is halfway decent, okay? I'm going to turn my face off here. So, hey, Aaliyah, I wouldn't expect the characters that is a ship from Google. I don't understand that. I don't get it. I don't get it. I still have to look. Yeah, don't ask. I still have to look at your lost primes. So, Aaliyah, so I'm going to do that. All right, we got 7 people in here. Start. Thank you much. Thank you much. All right, so I'm going to clear the ship here and put that link in there. Okay, so anybody get the joke? Elements of surprise. Anybody get the joke? Anybody see it? Anybody get the joke in there? Yeah, you got it. OMG. Yeah. Thanks, Natalie. Naomi. Sorry, Naomi. I was not looking to. Let me change the screen font here. I'm not seeing quickly. Not seeing good. I'm sorry. All right. Let me go. Settings. Exit full screen. I muted myself. How did I do that? Okay. So we are going to look at groups and families today. And so the groups and families is going to be the test this week. Electron arrangement. And so we're adding on to the stuff that we already have, right? All right. Thanks, Aaliyah. So without chemical reactions and bonds, there would be we would not be able to make compounds, even those essential for life. No foods, no drinks, no medicine, no detergents, no nothing. Without these essential products, humans would not exist. Clearly, valence electrons are the fundamental importance of humankind. Okay. All right. So let's do this together, ladies and gentlemen. See how you guys are doing. Let me give you guys a chance to do this. We haven't done the Lewis dot in a while. All right, so now I can see who is working on this. Okay, so please, you got 7 or 8. I know. Just go ahead and remember, at least put in the protons, neutrons, and electrons. Some people are still having trouble with that. All right, but we'll go over it again and again and again and again. Right? We'll do that over and over again. All right. There we go. So we've got, let's see, oh, good job, Adriana. Okay, Adriana okay. Where are you, Adriana? Week. Uh, there we go. Adriana. Adriana has been participating, and Leah's been participating. Let me get you on the second page. All righty. Tuesday. And who else is participating? Hayden's all participating. All right, got you down. 2 days in a row. Rosa's been is participating as well. 2 days in a row. And Sabrina is participating 2 days in a row. And is that it? That's it. Okay, that's it. Well, we got only 25, and we got 5 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, anybody. Oh, Akila is in there. I didn't see you get in there, Akila. Keela and anybody else? Keela and Devin. Okay, Devin's in there. Devin. All right, and Akila G. There we go. Keela, anybody else in there? Hayden, Madison. I didn't see Madison before. There you go, Madison. Madison's been second day. And okay, so let's take a look at this. You see if anybody's, oh my gosh, pretty close here. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at what this is in terms of how to do this together. Because again, somebody might not have gotten this in here. So remember, when you have the protons, that is the atomic number. So remember, this is electrons and protons. So I put 9 and 9. All right, so I'm going to make this 19, subtract 10, subtract 9, 9, and gives me 10. I got ahead of myself, 10 neutrons. Now, as far as valence, so let's put our electrons in here. So there are 9 protons, 10 neutrons. Remember, we put 2 electrons in the outer shell, and we got 7 more to do. So this is kind of missing. So this only has 2 shells. So electron, electron, electron. First 4 electrons, try to be as far away from them as possible. Then the other one, so I start at the top, go around into the right clockwise. Then I fill them in. So I got 5, 6, and 7. So I got 7 electrons. So this is how I put the Lewis dot. I start at the top. I go 1, 1 at the top, 1 at the right, 1 at the bottom, 1 at the left. Then I double up when I go around. So if I had only 4, that would be what it is. But I have 7 in the outermost shell. Then I fill this one in, and this one in. So that is the way that should look as far as this is. Remember, this is the valence electrons only here. Okay, that's the Lewis dot. Here, this is got all the electrons, but only this outer shell is the one that does the reacting parts, right? Okay, so who's got, Devin, can't give you any points if you don't draw something in there. Come on, let's draw something in there. Thanks, Adriana. Okay, you're filling in the dots. All right. Oh, Elroy got in there. There we go. Elroy, let me get you in there. Who else came in? I'm sorry, I did not see my private chat. All right. So I did not see Natalia make that comment, but she is, I missed it a couple minutes ago. Sorry about that. I was looking at everybody's screen here. Elroy. Are you Elroy? There we go. Okay. All righty. So let's see what we got here. Show. All right. So again, dots, you just filling those in. All right. So some people just did the electrons, forgot the 9, 10, so forth. Okay, guys, thank you for getting those in there. Thanks for the E's. 9, 10, 7. Yep, I forgot to put the 7 in. Thank you. All right. There you go. I forgot the 7. Thanks for that. Whose is this one? Oh, put a smiley face on this one. This one's great. This one's better than mine. Holy cow. Let me see if I can find out who this is. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Who is this? Smiley face. Come on, computer, you're taking forever. All right. This one, Sabrina. Thanks, Sabrina. You did a great job. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right. So we talked about the periodic table. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And the organization system, the 1860s, Dimitri did it by atomic weight, right? And now we do it by the protons, right? So not the atomic weights, because the proton was not discovered until after 1913. When the proton was discovered, they did it by protons. And then we have the periodic table as we know today. So remember, in the word periodic means happening or recurring at regular intervals, kind of like a sine wave. You got the bump, the trough, and we'll be talking about those in next year. So we've got this amplitude and trough. We have so this is a regular pattern, a regular occurrence, like I get paid every 2 weeks. That's a regular occurrence. I would not be able to do it without being paid regularly. Okay, so let's talk about the rows and the columns here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this is row 1. So I'm going to color in row 1. Okay, and then I use a different color, and this is row 2. So row 2, row 2, row 2. And this is the best I can do. Well, maybe I could do better. If I do better, let me see if I can use my pen and it'll do better for me. So wait a minute. Nope, pen's not very good. So here we go. That's row 2. So if you'll notice, there's one row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, 5, 6, and 7 rows. Okay, 7 rows, right? 7 rows. Let's see. Anybody do it? Oh, somebody's doing columns. Don't do columns. Rows. That's what people have trouble with. They do columns instead of rows. Okay, so a lot of deleted stuff. Okay, so we got somebody did the first row, did the first row. Okay. All right, so how many rows are there? Tell me how many rows there are. Okay, how many rows did we just see here? Yeah, 7. We have 7 rows. 7 rows. Okay, remember they go from left to right. 7 rows. Okay, 7 rows. Now let's pick a column. Let's do the columns here. All right, I'm going to change the color here. Let's do this color here. So here's a column. Okay, so I'm going to color this in. Okay, hydrogen actually is interesting in that it's not a metal. So the periodic table has things in order by properties, but I just found out, I did not know this until yesterday, that hydrogen at ultra high pressures like 250,000 atmospheres can turn into a liquid metal. Oh my gosh. And it conducts electricity. Whoa. So hydrogen, if you get the pressure just right, it can turn and it conducts electricity. Amazing. So maybe that's another reason why it's in that column. All right. So let's see how you guys are doing. Anybody got columns here? So show experience. Oh, somebody's doing rows again. Not rows, columns. There you go. Thanks, friendly face. Look at that. Good job. Some of you guys can color. Oh my gosh, multiple colors. All right, so let's the next question here. How many columns are there? They're actually numbered for you. So how many columns are there? How many altogether would you count? Can you count? 18. Okay, 18, not 118, just 18. There are 18 different columns. Okay, so the periodic table has special names for the columns and rows. The columns are called groups or families. So groups or families. Okay. One of the test questions from our test for the vocabulary quiz, right? The rows are called periods. Okay. Periods are the rows. And groups are columns, and they don't, it's like, how do you know that? It's like, well, I don't know. Rows, let's see, there's an R in period. Okay. There's an O in period. Okay. So there's an O in groups and nothing else. So, oh no, there's an O and U, right? There's an O and U. So there's 2 letters each. So there's no pattern there that I can figure out. So it's something you have to put into memory. Put into your memory. Okay. All right. So So let's try to focus on the period first. The different rows of a period a table has is called a periodic table, period. So there are 7 rows. And if you'll notice, these right here are pulled out for convenience. So these actually fit in there, but they want to make it smaller, right? So there are 7 periods, which are the rows. You have to keep saying, Mr. Gale, oh, they're the rows, they're the rows, they're the rows. Okay. So the reason that they don't do that is, and I'll show you in a second, elements are organized by atomic number proton, left to right. Each row is called a period. The period number equals the number of electron shells. Okay, electron shells. So hydrogen has 1 period, which has 1 electron shell. Period 2 has 2 is in row 2, has 2 electron shells, and so forth. Okay, here's the reason that we don't put the elements that we tuck one down below, because it's really long and skinny, really wide and skinny, so we take that out. So that's why we have these things right here. That means we took this out. So 56, 57, you can see that we took it out. All right, as you move across the period, what happens to the atomic number? It goes up, right? Goes up. Because this is 1, and this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So as we go from left to right across the rows, it goes to 10, and then it goes over to 11 to 18. So it goes 10 each time. All right, except for when we get to this next one here where we got that after that valley. All right, so what does the atomic number tell us? Tell me, what does the atomic number tell us? Thanks, Elroy, putting those numbers in. Like the school periods. One is a different color. Ooh, one is a different color. Okay, so let's see what you got here. Protons, atomic number, not 118. That's how many elements. It's protons. There are 118 elements, but they're numbered by the protons, right? So the protons is equal to electrons on the periodic table. So if you remember that, that's great. Atomic number. All right, what does atomic number mean? Tell us how many protons. So let's think positive about this, right? So as you move across each period, what happens to the atomic number? It increases by 1 in each box, right? So hydrogen is number 1, 1 proton. Helium is 2 protons. Lithium is 3 protons. Okay, so we already know that. So now what we're doing is we're trying to tapping our stomach and rubbing our heads. We're trying to do 2 things at once. Now we have to think about what the period means. Okay, so the period 1 has 1 shell. Oops, I missed that. Come on. Has 1 shell. Okay, and hydrogen, you can see, has 1 electron, and helium has 2. Now that is full. Okay, there are only 2 in this shell, because once you get done with helium and 2 electrons, it's full. The closest shell, it's full, and then we have to add another one. We have to add 2 shells, and now in our valence electron, remember our valence is our outermost shell. Valence electrons are outermost shell, outermost. Okay, so we have 1 in the outer shell. So here is 1 in the outer shell. Look at the pattern. Here as 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is full as well. 2 shells. It's full in the first shell and it's full in the second shell. And then we go to 3. All right, so full second shell, full first shell, and now as 1 electron in the outer shell, 2 electrons, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then full. And then here it has 1 again in the outer shell, and then 2. So notice the columns, the families or groups as we call them, have the very similar pattern. one valence shell for everything in column 1, or group 1, and they have special names for these. So 4 shells here. So 4 shells, but the pattern continues, one bonding electron. One bonding electron. Okay, so you can kind of see in this example here. All right, so hydrogen, you can see the one electron that is moving around, right? You can. It's the one valence electrons moving around. If I go to beryllium, there are 2 electrons in the outer shell, and so forth. So I can go to carbon, and carbon has 4 electrons. So does silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. Okay, but the shells there's more and more shells, more and more electrons, but it's the outer shell that does all this bonding stuff. Okay, we are done for today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. So what I want you guys to do, okay, if you haven't done this, is to go to work on, if you have a 60% or better, you need to be working on your assignments, because we got till Friday to bring your grade up. If you have a 60, you should be getting a better grade. You should be having going over old assignments, bringing the low grades up, because you can do unlimited. So remember, I'll just give you a hint here to help you out this. If you go to week 8 and go to, because week 8 assignments came due last night, so you've got your scores, your grade went down yesterday. All right, so but if you do week 8 and go to the home page, you'll see W8 assignment 1 and 2 review. So the answers here, we went over that in class. If you didn't do it in class with us, here it is, right? Also in week 8, if you look at the modules for week 8, if you haven't done the quiz, you have the periodic table, notes, and graphic organizer. You have the graphic organizer for the quiz. So use that graphic organizer to help you with the 20-point quiz. If you're done with both of those, you are fantastic. I love you much. I love you, love you, love you. All right. I still love you if you don't have your assignments done, but I can't help you when January 12th comes around and say, Mr. Gale, can I get more time? I'll get all these assignments on January 13th, and they'll say, you're at 59%, and you have no bonus points, so there's not much I can do for you. You take the class over again or take it in summer school. Okay, so again, like I said, the metal, non-metal, metalloid, that's a bonus. It's basically it's a booklet, booklet. There is also a couple other assignments. This is 15 points. Is actually points, is not a bonus. Quizzes, metal, non-metals, and metalloid. So it's an assignment. Take a screenshot of best attempt. Don't give me one that you did one and then you give me 45%, because you'll get 45% of 15 points, or about 6. So you don't want that, right? So that's a different kind of assignment. And then week 9, assignment 2 is a 5-point assignment on metals, nonmetals, and metalloids. So you can use your notes on this. There's a graphic organizer to help you with that as well. Okay, so let me just say this. Let's stop here. Okay, so if I'm calling you, okay, again, I'm doing this on purpose, because when I call your name, I will ask you to come if you got less than 60%, less than 60. Okay, we're trying to get your grade up so that you have a passing grade by Friday, less than 60%. Breakout room. Break, B-R-E-A-K, out room. I can't spell today because I'm looking at my fingers. All right, if you have 60% or better, 60% or better, okay, go to Do a bonuses, back work, week 9, anything that you can do to bring back work. That's 2 words, right? Back work. Anything you can do to bring your grade up. Okay. Go over old assignments that are less than 15, especially assignments because those are unlimited, right? Unlimited. If it's 9 out of 15, fix it. Okay. All right. So go ahead and get started on that. I'm going to do about 5 minutes to start as being included in the breakout room, and that's being recorded. So those people that I've asked to get in there, please do so. Okay, let's go and do that. All right. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. Right. So please get in there. All right. So I'm going to go into the breakout room right now.